Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again with another episode of Dortmund Career Mode. We're into double figures now, and I have to start this one off by saying thank you to you guys. Now, in the previous couple of videos, in the comments of those couple of videos, you guys have been suggesting that I try a 4-4-1-1 formation. Now, I do play it a lot actually on Ultimate Team, but to use it in career mode just didn't cross my mind. I've absolutely no idea why. I think it's because the 4-2-3-1 was so successful at Sunderland, but we dropped to a 4-4-1-1. So we've got a flatter midfield, so we can get both Goetze and Royce in the same team. So we've got the same backline, the same defence, and goalkeeper as normal. And then in the midfield, we will have Blaszczykowski on the right, Grosskreutz on the left, and then Goetze and Gundogan in the middle, with Royce sat behind Robert Lewandowski, and that's the way we went into this game against Chelsea. Now, this was a big game. Obviously, we lost the last Champions League game at home against Benfica 1-0. So we sit third in the group, a couple of points behind Chelsea and Benfica, who did beat us. But we drew 1-1 with Chelsea in the first game against them at Stamford Bridge in the first Champions League game of the season. But Mario Götze there, at the third attempt, manages to pop the ball into the back of the net after just 20-odd minutes to give us a 1-0 lead, and then we're actually able to make it 2 here. Gundogan trying to do the work down the right hand side, trying to use his pace to get away from Mikel. Unfortunately, the ball gets taken away from Goetze, but it finds its way back to Gundogan, who tidily slots it away into that bottom corner. Not too much pace on it, just enough to guide it underneath Petr and into the back of the net. So we went in at half time 2-0 up, and then Chelsea flew out a second half, and we had to rely on Wiedenfeller quite a lot. You can see that fantastic reaction save from him to keep Chelsea out and keep it at 2-0, because a clean sheet and goal difference, considering Chelsea and Benfica have both been picking up points, goal difference might really come into it at the end of the group stage. And Wiedenfeller again there on hand to make another decent save to keep them out, and he was actually going to have to make another one here from Demba Ba before we were eventually going to be able to clear the ball out and get the danger away. And that's how the game finished. So a huge result for us, a 2-0 home win against Chelsea, which I can only put down to you guys. I can only thank you guys for that, for making me make the change, and it was enough to change our fortunes around in the Champions League. So we've got one game left in the Champions League against Malaga away, and if we can pick up a draw, I think a draw is enough to see us through. Perhaps a win would definitely keep our Champions League hopes alive. But we come into the Bundesliga now, back to domestic action, and we actually went 1-0 down here against FC Mainz, and Zimling was the guy that was able to pop the ball into the back of the net off the post. But we bounced back. Actually, it was kind of the same starting 11 that played against Chelsea, which a rare occurrence, but we actually had a bit of a gap between games, which is something of a rarity these days. But Grosskreutz, he just loves a finesse finish. That is an absolute worldie. Again, scored a fantastic goal in the last episode, or the episode before, and then that is gorgeous. Just lifted it over the goalkeeper, and it turned away from him as well into that top corner to put us back on level terms at 1-1. And then Lewandowski is going to get the fake shot as the ball drops back from Goetze's tackle, and then power the ball into the back of the net this time, using a lace finish rather than a finesse finish to put us in front as we go in at the half. And that is a really good finish. But then second half, they're going to push forward here. They're actually going to bring it back level. The ball drops to them on the edge of the box, and I'm really disappointed with the way that my guy went up there to try and block this shot. You can see he just goes up with his arms. It's just, you can't defend that sort of action. It is a blatant penalty, so they're going to get the chance. Ivanschitz is going to step up, puts it straight down the middle, and I dive out of the way of it. So they bring it back to 2-2 in the 56th minute, but there's still plenty of time for us to be able to go and get a winner, and that is exactly what we did. Lewandowski breaking down the left-hand side, again going to use the fake shot to get back inside, or fake pass rather, considering he's outside the box. Plays ball into Royce, who's going to find Gundogan again, gets the turn away and the finish. Fortunate that the goalkeeper wasn't able to deflect that over the bar or wide, but we get a stroke of luck, and the ball goes into the back of the net, and Gundogan gets his second in 2 games, and we actually pick up our 6th points, or 6th group of points, rather, second group of 3 points. I don't even know what I'm trying to say there, to be honest. But nonetheless, we pick up our second win of the episode. So we're closing the gap on those in front of us in the league, which is of course what we exactly need to do, because you'll be able to see on screen actually as the thing comes up. We are still sat 7th, but we've closed the gap to Nuremberg from 4 to 1 with that win. And now we come up against Fortuna Düsseldorf here, who actually sit 3rd in the table. So it was going to be a tough game on paper, but actually this new formation formation worked wonders against them, and it was basically their goalkeeper that was going to thwart me for the entire game. We had chance after chance after chance. And I did have to start a relatively weaker side because this game was only 2 or 3 days after the Chelsea one. I think it was Sunday, Tuesday, which again is extremely frustrating. And I do hope that the calendar kind of thing is fixed for FIFA 14. But no, nevertheless, we just kept ploughing away with chances in this one. It hit the post there, and then it hits the goalkeeper to deflect wide of the on-rushing second man. I couldn't score. I just could not score. We get a bit of luck there. The ball falls to Bender, cuts to the side with a fake shot, fires it across goal, hit the post for the second time in the second half, and I was just infuriated by my inability to finish a chance. And Leitner here is going to cut inside and then find the man on the edge of the box. And it's Niang gets to turn inside again on his left foot this time. That he's a weak foot and he is young, doesn't really have the quality to be able to finish that chance. So we only get a point against Fortuna Düsseldorf. But you'll be able to see from the stats as they come up at the end of the game that we were well in control. 56% possession, 9 shots to their 2. So it's promising signs. It definitely is promising signs with this formation and this outlook going into games. It's working better with my style of play, and I think I'm still going to look to sell Goetze in the January transfer window to try and, because regardless of whether we have a system that works, we don't have the depth in the squad or the quality in the depth in the squad to be able to compete on the amount of fronts that we need to, because of course the board want us to win the league, they want us to win the cup, and they want us to win the Champions League. Now I don't think we're going to be able to do a treble, but we may be able to at least win something this year, but we're going to need a bigger squad to do it. So that is the task in front of us for January, but we're going to go into December in the next episode, and hopefully we can pick up some more points in the league, push our way further up into those Champions League spots rather than the Europa League spots. But that is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, please do feel free to leave the video a like. That'd be absolutely superb. If you did miss the last episode, there is a link on screen in the big window to that, and of course in the little window to a random video from earlier on in the week on this channel. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.